Galera, desculpa pelo último episódio. Eu tinha configurado errado como eu troquei de fone. Eu esqueci de colocar pra sair o áudio do alto-falante. E aí saiu sem áudio no último episódio. Então, mil desculpas. Mas, vamos continuar aqui. Essas coisas acontecem. Tá tudo mais claro, pelo menos. Tá tão na escuridão. Que? Será que agora eu vou ganhar uma nova espada? Uma espada fodona? Um novo poder, talvez?
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's in-bell made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
Tá, ele tá lá em cima. Alô, me dá essa espada aí, meu Jó.
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you. Pointless. It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your mind.
Caraca, olha onde ele tá agora.
There he was. The lone figure of a boy. Sword play under the shade of a tree. She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing. And the world danced with him. The gloom lifted. And for the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
He's there. He's there. Under the tree. You can see it. Come on, you have to keep doing it.
Seria engraçado se aparecesse esse bicho agora. Eu ia ficar me perguntando como é que eu luto contra eles agora. Tem uma porta lá. Mais uma porta. Depois do que eu vi lá, do cara entrar lá, não.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day, Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Siggeir, wants it, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Siggeir captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
Eu vou ter que subir lá. Ou eu posso vir por aqui. Escada ali. Acho Que não deve ir lá não, porque tá, tipo, tá tudo coisa lá em cima, não tem uma espada, eu vou batalhar com os caras como? Com a mão? Sair no soco com os caras, tá ligado?
Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
Tô nem acreditando no tamanho do bicho que eu tá aí que eu vim enfrentar. Com uma espada.
No, it's a trick. It's an illusion. It's not real. It's real. You want to believe it's real, but it's a trick. You're deluded. Where are you going? Where is she going? What is she following? You can't even fight. It's just deception.
How does he so
Ah, uma coisa bonita desse jogo, caraca, velho. Olha só que lindo.
If only she could do the same.
Nada é escuro também.
See the world through eyes anew
Olha como era a cena antes.
and dance with it, just like he does.
Todo alegre, ó, todo feliz.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zenua's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one.
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who's supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are.
You killed him.
But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
He won't stop me. I can still feel him.
whatever's left of him. They will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Shut up! Dillian? Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise.
Então, lá dentro ainda tá piscando uns trecos lá.
Can you see him? You want to believe it, but it's not real. Is he
É,
there?
e como sempre eu não posso ir direto pra lá, eu tenho que dar a volta no negócio.
You won't survive.
Porque tem um treco ali, tem um treco lá, tem um treco aqui, tem um treco lá, tem um treco ali, tem um treco lá. Eu vou no treco aqui.
What's he trying to tell you? He's waiting for you by the tree.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold of heart and pure of blood.
Então basicamente a gente tá tipo numa uma vingança. Uma vingança barra salvação. Que isso provavelmente vai destruir a gente no caminho. Que pelo jeito a situação não tá nada fácil. Tá fácil pra ninguém aqui. Fala que você tem que me falar aí, meu filho.
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy, and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. But luck is not on their side. They're captured, and Siggeir has them buried alive.
Caraca, enterrou os malucos vivos, mano. Caraca. Tenebroso. Tem coisa pra cá? Ah, eu não vou descer isso aqui não, que tenho certeza que não tem nada. Olha aqui, cara, o negócio tá brilhando aqui pra mim, velho. Oh my god. Eu vou entrar aqui, não tô nem aí. Tá, mas aí?
Take it. A sword. Take it. Dillian left it for you. Take it. Take it. Take it.
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gram.
Espada, cara.
It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund. a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge grammar by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the tree of death will take you to new lands where you will face the trials.
Go to the shards. Go to the shard.
Go to the shards.
What's the shard? Find it.
It's the metal runestones.
It's in front of you. Find it. The metal. The runes.
You need that
É, eu
sword.
vou ter que passar por mais testes.
Where is it?
Find it. There it is.
Focus.
There's the shard. Focus. Focus. Use your eyes. Look.
Get closer.
What can you see?
Vamos ver pra onde eu
The
vou.
king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
I don't recognize this place.
Where are we?
Where is she?
It feels wrong. Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspired to hide death because we have no answer for it. But when it comes and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.